Before we begin, the city don't sleep, and neither do the men who run it. Loyalty is currency. Betrayal is death. And you're watching from the shadows, ain't ya, baby girl? Hit that subscribe button. I like my girls committed to me. Now, let's begin the story. Sit back and relax.
Chapter 1. Maya. I used to believe that I'd never want more from a man than a fleeting moment of pleasure. Then came him, the man just a few feet away, wearing fitted black jeans that sculpt his body like they were made for him, and a black tank top that clings to a chest built from hard work and long hours. His sun-kissed skin only makes it worse. And now? I can't stand him. My jaw tightens as I catch the smirk on his face. Arrogant, infuriating. I hate it because I want to wipe it off him or kiss it. My thighs tighten involuntarily, and I hate that even more. His eyes meet mine, piercing green with glimmers of blue, bright and sharp like polished glass. That color doesn't exist on anyone else. His lashes, ridiculously long. It should be illegal for a guy to have lashes that perfect. Cade, my boss, nods to him and then turns away. Their business chat wrapped up. Normally, I'd be right beside Cade, but today I chose distance. Space from Ethan, whose gaze kept drifting to me the whole time, like I was some kind of challenge he planned to win, like a hunter watching his target. "You should talk to him," Cade says casually as he reaches me. The breath catches in my throat, but I don't respond. Not that it matters. Cade is already walking out, Jonah trailing behind him, leaving me alone, far too alone, with Ethan. Ethan runs a restoration shop, classic cars, vintage bikes, the works. Most of his inventory comes from Cade's collections, vehicles repossessed from clients who couldn't pay up, assuming they lived long enough to see them taken. Ethan's been in Cade's circle for years now, quiet, efficient, steady. He knows Cade doesn't do small talk, it's always business. Yet somehow, Ethan has carved out a decent profit for himself without stepping over the line. It could have gone two ways. Cade kills him and takes his business, or lets him live and keeps him useful. And Ethan? He made himself indispensable, skilled, loyal, and silent. Cade respects that. So they made a deal. Tough, but fair. Ethan didn't back down on his value, and Cade liked that. It's rare. "You just gonna stand there?" Ethan's voice cuts through the space. I freeze, watching his lips, rough, soft, dangerous. I shouldn't remember how they feel, but I do. I turn to walk off, but every inch of me lights up when he's near. His hand lifts slightly, almost touching my arm, but he stops short, probably expecting me to swing. Like last time. Yeah, I hit him the first time he laid a hand on me, punched him right in the gut. He didn't expect that. I didn't care. But then I did something worse. I slept with him. Just once. One damn time. And now he's etched into my thoughts like a scar I can't hide. Even now, I swear I can smell him. Smoke, honey, and motor oil. It shouldn't work, but it does. "Stay," he says, his hand circling my wrist. His touch sparks across my skin, but I mask it with a blank stare, my gaze dropping to the grease on his fingers. I hate how it doesn't bother me. I remember scrubbing that same grease off myself after a wild night at Jonah's party. Too much tequila, too little judgment. One unforgettable night. I slipped out before sunrise. Thought that would be it. It wasn't. I assumed he'd be easy to forget. Just a one-time thing. But the memory won't fade. Cade and Jonah probably figured it out that night. We weren't exactly subtle. "I have work to do," I say, pulling away, but not forcefully enough. His hand stays. "Come by later." "You know where to find me." His smirk deepens, and his eyes roam shamelessly down my body. My skin heats as his tongue briefly flicks over his lips, and when he looks back up, his gaze is dark, intense, starved, like he wants to drag me away and ruin me in the best way. The image hits me, his body over mine, his hands everywhere. I blink hard. "I shouldn't," I say, forcing the fantasy away. "You should." He drops my wrist and turns, grabbing a rag to clean his tools. come later, and I'll remind you exactly how much you liked it. My cheeks burn. He says things to me no one else would dare say out loud. To the world, he's composed. With me, he's unfiltered. I remember his voice from that night, raw and sinful. I don't respond. I don't look back. I just walk out. The car's waiting outside. Jonah is behind the wheel. Cade rides shotgun. They both look at me when I slide into the back seat. It's rare to be a woman in this business, but I've proved myself more than once. Cade's family. So is Jonah. But even blood has to earn respect here. Especially when your cousin is the one holding all the power. They call him a king. To me, he's just boss. So, Ethan? Jonah asks, his tone teasing. Cade says nothing, but his silence speaks volumes. His approval, or lack of it, matters more than anyone's. He's not just in charge because of blood. He's smart, strategic, and terrifying. He changed the game for women in our world. Before Cade, it was always the sons who inherited the power. But when his daughter Wren was born, everything shifted. She's everything to him, maybe even more than Sailor, his wife. And no woman in the business holds more weight than I do. Took time to get here. I walked into negotiations and they laughed. Now, they don't. One laughed too hard once. He never left that meeting. I didn't need the men to vouch for me. I made them believe it myself. And I love this life. The danger, the authority, the control. But sometimes, sometimes it's lonely. They're still waiting for me to answer. No, I say sharply. Ethan was a one-time thing. Jonah chuckles as he pulls the car onto the road. Pretty sure he didn't get the memo. He looked at you like he wants an encore. Cade speaks, unexpected. I like him. Jonah grins. Yeah, we know. If you didn't, he'd already be dead. We drive on, the city rushing past us, but Ethan's presence still lingers in my chest like smoke. And I know this isn't the end of it. Not even close.
Chapter 2. Ethan. She's all legs, jet black hair, and those piercing eyes that could cut right through you. Maya is fire wrapped in attitude. And beneath that sharp edge, I always figured there was more. I wouldn't change a single thing about her. I've known who she was for a while. She's hard to miss, always standing beside Cade during our meetings. She's a wild card, and dangerous. Word is she once shot a guy in the leg for grabbing her wrist, didn't even flinch. When she clocked me in the gut, I wasn't worried she'd pull a gun. I was too caught up in hearing her voice. She'd never spoken around me before, just stood there, silent, mysterious. It made me lose my damn mind. Instead of talking, she hit me. Solid punch, too. So I waited. Waited until we crossed paths somewhere less official. Jonah's party gave me that shot. She walked in wearing a red dress barely covering her curves, tall black boots, and her hair down. One look, and I was done. She didn't leave my bed until morning. She said my name like a promise, scratched her nails down my back, gave me everything and matched my every move. Now all I want is a second round. What's with the angry girl? Lila, my office manager, leans into the room, raising a brow. Angry girl? I echo, even though I know exactly who she means. The image of Maya's glare makes me grin. She always looks like she's ready to throw punches when she comes in with those guys, Lila adds. She doesn't know they're Mafia, and for her safety, she never will. Still, she's not blind. She senses something off. Luckily, she's smart enough not to dig. You into her? She asks, watching me closely. I meet her stare. Why do you ask? Lila and I once kissed. Brief, awkward, a mistake. I told her that, but clearly it didn't stick. She's not really your type, is she? Lila rests her hands on her hips. Her shorts are barely hanging on. She used to wear jeans and tees. Now it's like she's dressing for a nightclub. I have a type? I raise a brow. And you'd know this how? I keep to myself mostly. Work, talk to my brother, maybe go out once in a while. Sometimes I hook up, fast and forgettable. But yeah, I've got a thing for the complicated ones. The chaos, the energy. You're attracted to me. She's the opposite of me. That's how I know, Lila says, flipping her hair and strutting back toward reception. Great. I follow her. She's waiting, feet on the desk, all smug like she knew I'd come. Lila, I start, but she cuts me off. You could have me. Right here on this desk, she leans forward, giving me a full view of cleavage. Stand up, I say, voice low. She does, but she's not getting it. Still thinking this is some twisted game. Lila's good at her job, and I haven't hired anyone else yet. But this is a problem. You're fired. I turn and walk out. I hear her gasp. Then footsteps. No, wait, please, she pleads, grabbing my shoulder. I tense. I hate being touched. Doing the touching? Fine. But people touching me? Number. Never liked it, except with Maya. I don't want you, Lila, I say firmly. I hired you to work. One mistake happened. If you can't move past that, we're done. I've had a rough week. I'm sorry, she says, brushing her hair back. It won't happen again. It better not. I won't say this twice. She nods, silent now. We say nothing more as she walks back inside. I return to the Mustang. I lose myself in the work. Time disappears. I love this. The grime, the smell, the satisfaction of an engine roaring back to life. The Mustang growls when I start it. Beautiful sound. Not quite like Maya's voice, but close. Lila must have left. I didn't hear a goodbye. Maybe the music was too loud. I keep it cranked unless someone's around. Guess I forgot she was still here. I slide back under the car. Then, I feel her. Those boots, tall and black. Tight jeans hugging her curves, Maya. I roll out and look up. She's standing there, arms crossed, dark eyes burning into mine. Just sex, she says flatly. I smirk. She lifts an eyebrow, like she's daring me to argue, like she's looking for an excuse to leave. I don't respond. Just get up and walk to the back, stripping off my shirt and jeans. I shower fast, dress faster, and return to find her leaning against the car, glued to her phone. Dinner, I say, grabbing my keys. She opens her mouth to protest, but I touch her lips gently to hush her. Then we do whatever you're thinking. But first, I'm starving. I take her hand, pull her out with me, and lock the door behind us. She climbs into the car, her face unreadable as always. I plan to break that mask tonight, in my bed.
Chapter 3. Maya. When Jonah dropped me off at my place, I had no intention of seeing Ethan again. I told myself I'd shower, unwind, maybe fall asleep early and erase every trace of him from my mind. But the second I walked through the door alone, it hit me, this sharp, gnawing loneliness. And suddenly I thought, why not? I already know exactly what he can offer. Desire stirred in me. That ache low in my body sparked the moment I remembered how his hands felt, how his mouth knew every inch of me. He unraveled me so easily. So now here I am, seated across from him in a restaurant he picked, my legs pressed tightly together, trying to ignore the heat pooling between them, while he casually slices through his steak and lifts a bite to his mouth. Even that, so simple, looks seductive coming from him. It's not fair, the game he plays, the pull he has on me. "Gonna watch me eat all night?" he asks, his voice breaking through my haze. I glance down at my plate. "I didn't come here for dinner." "But you ordered," he says. "No, you did. We can box it up if you'd rather." "I'd prefer that," I answer. He doesn't argue. Cuts another bite of steak, pops it into his mouth, and chews, eyes locked on me. "This making you uncomfortable?" he asks, gesturing between us with his knife before digging into another bite. He's not wrong. My skin feels too tight, the air too heavy. "Yeah." "Why?" "You said this was just about sex. That's why I'm here." His lips pull into a slow, confident smirk. "Oh, we will." "Don't worry." He nods, reaches for his water, and takes a long sip before motioning to the waitress. "To-go box for hers," he tells her. As she returns with the container, he asks, "You gonna eat it later?" I glance down. "Maybe." Depends how much energy I use, I begin scraping the food into the box, careful not to let anything touch. I'm weird about that, usually won't eat anything that arrives on a plate already mixed, but tonight it's not about food, it's about what's coming. Though I did eat earlier, I lie, not that it matters. When I look back up, he's pushing the mess of dark waves from his face. It's trimmed now, clean, sharp, suits him even more. "I knew you'd show," he says as he stands and slides his chair in. I rise too, ignoring the hand he offers. "That's a bold assumption," I reply. Ethan drops some cash on the table, way more than needed, and nods once at the waitress. He doesn't flinch when I don't take his hand, just places a firm hand at the small of my back as we head for the car. It's subtle, intentional, possessive in a quiet way. The car's old, a classic, and there's no air conditioning. He rolls down my window before walking to the driver's side and doing the same. "Yours or mine?" he asks. "Yours." He glances sideways. "You don't want me at your place?" "Correct." His gaze lingers, heat pressing against my skin. I keep staring ahead. "So we sleep together and you leave?" "That's the idea." "Who were you with before me?" I look at him now. "You really want to know?" "Yes." "A one-night stand. Can't even remember his name. So knowing yours is already a step up." His jaw ticks. I see it. "You asked," I remind him. "Now it's your turn." "Who was before me?" "Sabrina. 3 months ago. Met her at a bar." "Is that where you find most of them?" "I met you at my shop," he replies. "Touché." He pulls into his driveway. This time I pay attention. His house is beautiful in a rugged, lived-in way. White paint, brown roof, wraparound porch, tidy lawn. A place just far enough outside the city to feel hidden. Before he can walk around to open my door, I step out. He meets me near the hood. My boots crunch lightly on the driveway as I stop in front of him. He takes the food from my hand with a glance, calm, unreadable, and walks ahead to unlock the door. Last time, we didn't make it inside before we were all over each other. I can't even remember making it to the bedroom. Now I trail behind him into a house that looks more like a display home. Everything clean, organized, untouched. Like he lives here, but doesn't. He sets the container in the fridge and turns back. I'm standing by the door. He walks up and closes it behind me without taking his eyes off mine. Men never shake me. I've been around powerful, dangerous men my whole life. They don't scare me. But Ethan? I look away first, and I hate that. He leans in, his breath brushing against my skin. "Did I mention how good you smell tonight?" I inhale sharply. He kisses my neck, slowly, while one strong hand presses lightly on my back. "No," I whisper. "What about how good you look?" His lips trail upward. Warm breath against my skin sends a tremble down my spine. You missed that one, too.
Chapter 4. Ethan. The second her lips meet mine, a low growl escapes me, and I grip her tighter without thinking. My body hums like it's been starved for her, and I already know. I could kiss her for hours and never get enough. She kisses me like it's a fight, sharp, hungry, almost daring me to pull away. But her breath hitches, her fingers falter, and I see the battle in her eyes, want and resistance colliding. And still, she stays. I slow my touch, steadying myself, because with her, I can't afford a single wrong move. I've been in relationships before, one serious one that lasted years, but nothing ever felt like this. That one ended quietly. No heartbreak, no fire, just emptiness. The truth? I never wanted her enough to fight for her. But Maya, she's different. She walks into rooms like she owns them. She doesn't smile, doesn't soften, she scans like she's already measured everyone and found them lacking. She's sharp, dangerous, untouchable. And yet, here she is in my arms, pressing herself against me like I'm the only one who can give her what she craves. The sound she makes, half moan, half growl, sparks through me like fire on gasoline. I lift her easily, her legs wrapping around my waist, her boots knocking against me as she pulls herself closer. She rocks against me with a hunger that has me stumbling toward the bedroom, but we don't make it that far. I drop her onto the back of the couch, her breath ragged, her hands already tearing at my shirt. I strip it off, and she mirrors me, pulling hers free too. Her inked skin catches my eye. Art that tells a story I want to learn, every piece of it, every scar, every mark, every secret. Ethan, she says, her voice sharp with impatience. I grin, because she doesn't even realize it. Her impatience with me is its own kind of surrender. She's laid out before me now, fierce and untamed, and all I can think is that she's mine. My match, my fire, my undoing. I lean in, kissing down her neck, her collarbone, tasting her skin like it's the only thing I'll ever need. She grips my hair tight, pulling me closer, demanding more, and I give it. Slow, deliberate, savoring every reaction she can't control. Her moans fill the room, sharp and unguarded, and it hits me hard. I've never heard her like this. Never seen her walls drop like this. She arches, clinging tighter, like she can't stand a second without me. And God help me, I feel the same. This woman isn't just a craving. She isn't just a distraction. She's my obsession, my fire, my war. And I don't plan on letting her go.
Chapter 5. Maya. I'm no stranger to men staring like I'm a prize on display. The sudden volume in their voices, the recycled compliments, they're usually just a means to an end. But Ethan's gaze is different. He sees me. Not just my body, but everything hidden beneath it, the sharp edges, the fire, the chaos. And it unnerves me, because I like it, and I shouldn't. So I break eye contact the only way I know how, by grabbing him and kissing him like I need the distraction. When he pulls back, his eyes are burning. I try to look away, but I can't. I'm caught, pulled back into his orbit. He shifts back slightly, hands going to his belt. My eyes follow as he unfastens it, fingers quick, practiced. When he frees himself, I forget how to breathe. The tension in my thighs builds, and I feel the air thin. This isn't just about touch anymore. I want more, deeper, closer. He catches me licking my lips and grins. Tell me, he says, voice low, slow and soft or rough and fast? Both, I answer. It's honest, even if I'm not fully sure what I want yet. Last time was frantic, raw. We didn't slow down. This time, I want it to last, but I still want the edge. He steps in, now fully bare, and raises a hand to my face, brushing my hair back. His eyes lock on mine. Then he grips my hair, tugging my head gently back so my neck is exposed. He leans in, mouth brushing against my throat, and I lift one leg to pull him closer. His breath hitches. Then he pulls back, gripping tighter. "Did I say you could do that?" he asks, voice husky, eyes darting to where we're nearly touching. I wrap my arms around his neck and smirk. I thought we were past talking. He growls, a low, primal sound, and yanks my hair once more before grabbing my legs, spreading them wider. He looks down, and I do too, just in time to see him push in. I bite my lip to keep quiet. He notices and brushes his thumb across my mouth. "That's mine," he says. Then his hips jerk, and I gasp. "You'll learn." He moves his hand to my neck, pushing me back until my head hits the cushions behind me. I'm halfway folded on the couch, hips lifted, legs open, and he's still inside me. No time to argue about the awkward angle, because it's working. My head spins, blood rushes, and then he starts moving. Slow, controlled. One hand on my stomach, the other holding my hip. He's methodical, not rushing anything. "Ethan?" "Yes, sweetheart." He doesn't need to look at me. I can hear the grin. "Let me up." "You don't mean that." His hand drifts down, finds my clit. I jolt. My legs instinctively open further as he keeps thrusting. The pressure builds too fast. I reach for something, anything, and grab a pillow. "You gonna bite that to stay quiet?" he teases, pulling out slowly until just the tip remains. He pauses, then snaps his hips forward, sharp, and with it, a sting. He slapped me, not hard, just enough to shock my body. I stare up at the ceiling, stunned. Then he does it again, and I arch. The tension explodes. He's relentless. Hands on my chest, lips on my skin, his rhythm never breaks. Eventually, he lifts me like I weigh nothing, holding me up and moving with purpose. I cling to him, legs around his waist, arms around his neck. I lean in and bite his shoulder. He grunts, then thrusts harder. Every move sends heat spiraling. I'm trembling, on the edge, clinging to the last thread of control. Then his hand slips lower, fingers pressing against me again. "You feel that?" he says, voice ragged. "You love this." I can't answer, and he knows it. He keeps going until I lose it completely, my body shaking against his. He follows, heat pouring into me as his grip tightens. Still inside me, he walks to the dining table, sits down, and lets me rest in his lap. One arm draped over the chair, the other loose at his side. "Give me a minute," he murmurs, still breathless. "Then I'm going to kiss you again." His eyes are too bright, too knowing. I look away. "I should go," I whisper. "You should stay." "I can't." "I'll call you a ride." I try to move, but he holds my hips. "It's just sex," he says. "Stay." "No, I say quietly. Do you always ask them to stay? He lets go. I stand. He's already getting hard again. I grab my clothes, avoiding his gaze. No, just you. Fully dressed again, I glance back. He's still at the table, eyes on me. I'll drive you, he says, pulling his shirt on. He doesn't speak on the drive. Neither do I. When I get out, I don't look back. The silence inside the car feels heavier than anything else. I dig through my bag for my keys and walk away. That night, I lay in bed, staring at the ceiling, asking myself what I was even thinking, and why I already want to see him again.
Chapter 6. Ethan. It's been 2 weeks since I've seen her. Not that I'm counting. Lila's kept her distance since our last conversation, and honestly, I'm relieved. It's your birthday. We can't just sit around, my younger brother Tony protests. He flew in from college a couple of days ago and has been crashing at my place. I've been covering his tuition. He's doing well. We lost our parents a few years ago, and since then, I've done everything I could to make sure Tony had what he needed. Things were tight back then, but somehow we got through. Now, thanks to my work with Cade, money's no longer a problem. Debts are paid off, Tony's covered, and I've even got some breathing room. It's what our parents would have done for us. They were good people, especially to Tony. I left home at 16 when I told my dad I wanted to quit school and go full-time into cars. He didn't take it well. Told me if I walked that path, I'd do it without a roof over my head. So I did. At 18, I enlisted. Spent a few years in the Army. By 25, I had enough saved to open my first shop. A few years later, our parents died. Tony and I have a big age gap, but it doesn't matter. He's my family, the only one I've got. He still leaves wet towels on the floor, but if anyone tried to hurt him, I'd tear the world apart. He's the reason I put up with birthdays. We may not look alike. My skin's darker, hair thicker. He's got our mom's light features, but we've got the same eyes. When our parents died in that car crash, he was still a kid. Got the news from 2 officers at the door. Then he called me, crying. I remember standing outside the shop, fists clenched, staring at nothing while the rage swallowed my grief. My knuckles still ache in the cold from punching that wall. Tony's tough. Smarter than me, too. He's studying to become a doctor. Reads medical journals for fun. Once corrected our doctor during an appointment. I couldn't be prouder. It's just another day, I mutter, pulling down the roller doors. It's not. Let's go out, Tony insists, trailing behind me. I flew here to celebrate. You being here is enough. Let's grab some food and chill. Nope. He grins, grabbing my gear. You've got a shower here. Use it. We're going out. It's my birthday. Shouldn't I get a say in how I spend it? You're terrible at deciding anything. Besides, I invited your receptionist. She's in. I frown. Let's not do that again. She's hot. And you're single. Don't you want something more? I have something more. My shop. I don't mention the mess I sometimes inherit with those cars. Blood, violence, even bodies. I knew exactly what I was signing up for when I partnered with Cade. Just like I know who I'm sleeping with. What they're capable of. And I'm not fazed by any of it. You don't want what Mom and Dad had? Tony asks. No. I always felt like our mom loved our dad more. Not that it's wrong, just uneven. More obligation than affection. That's not the kind of love I want. I'm fine the way things are. I shower and change quickly. When I return, Tony's waiting, keys in hand. Is there someone else? He asks. Or do you swing the other way? I blink at him. I like women, Tony. Just making sure. Doesn't bother me either way. We head out. He drives, glances at me. Not into your receptionist, huh? Nope. Then who? He parks and cuts the engine. Don't want to talk about it, I reply. We walk into the bar. Lila's already there in a short white dress, 2 friends in tow. I asked her to bring people, Tony says, nudging me. This feels more like punishment than fun, but it's my brother, so I go with it. Lila greets him with a hug and kiss. Happy birthday, she beams. Her friends echo it. Tony asked me to bring them, she adds. I nod and wave down the bartender, ordering a whiskey for myself and one for Tony, who turns it down. Fine. 2 for me. Smile, Tony says, ignoring my mood. Maybe that's for the best. 2 drinks. Then I'm out. Make it 5, he says as the bartender sets them down. I hate this plan. Ethan? I turn. Lucas is approaching. Didn't expect to see him here. This your bar? I ask. He nods. Figures. Lucas has this vibe. Danger mixed with confidence. He's not someone you cross. I've seen him clean up after deals, removing what's left behind. He always looks like he enjoys it too much. Tony speaks up. It's his birthday. Lucas looks at him, then at the women by the bar, then back at me. Thought you were seeing Maya, he says casually. Tony's confused. Who's Maya? Lucas scoffs. Trouble. I tense at the word. They're family, I think. At least that's the rumor. Lucas tilts his head, watching me too closely. Interesting. He smirks, then walks off into the back. Tony turns to me. So, who's Maya? But I don't answer. I'm still wondering what Lucas meant by interesting.
Chapter 7, Maya. The moment Lucas opens his mouth, irritation spikes through me. I already know what's coming, that smug tone, the arrogance. My stomach knots and my fingers twitch with the urge to grab my gun. Maybe just one more shot wouldn't hurt. Cade asked me not to, though. And to be fair, I like Lucas's wife more than I dislike him, which says a lot, considering we're related. Lucas, Jonah warns. What? Lucas says, all smirk, no remorse. Payment. Focus. Cut the crap, Jonah sighs. Usually it's me or Jonah who collects dues. Occasionally, Lucas steps in. Perks of being protected, I guess. Wasn't it you who said Maya's finally pleasant again now that someone's sleeping with her? I snap my head toward Jonah. He avoids my eyes. I punch him in the arm. Seriously? I didn't say it like that, Jonah mutters, glaring at Lucas. You're a real jerk. Lucas shrugs, unapologetic. Just because Cade said not to shoot you doesn't mean I won't, I tell him, pulling out my gun. I aim it straight at his head. Lucas and I have a long-standing rivalry. We bicker. We threaten. We've probably both come close to crossing a line. You'd be in big trouble, he taunts. And we all know how eager you are to keep the boss happy. That's gross, I mutter. You said it, not me. You implied it, I snap. Cade's my cousin, you idiot. Maya, Jonah warns again. Just the ear, I say, shifting my aim slightly. Nope, gun down. You know I'd shoot back, Lucas adds with a laugh. Not if you're already dead, I say, sweetly smirking. Ah, the purest family bond, Jonah groans. The best kind. Unlike whatever you and Ethan have going. Speaking of which, I saw him with some blonde earlier. Real different from you. I fire, intentionally miss. Lucas doesn't flinch. Sometimes I think he really wouldn't care if today was his last day. Maya, Jonah scolds again as I slide the gun back into my coat. I don't always carry it, but when I do, it's usually because of Lucas. Lucas grabs my arm, steering me toward the bar's side entrance like he's done too many times before. The place is dimly lit, a little grimy, but oddly familiar. There's music playing from the old jukebox, people drinking, laughing. It's the usual crowd. And then I see him. Ethan's leaning against the bar, drink in hand. 2 women hover beside him. Lucas keeps dragging me forward. Ethan doesn't look at me until Lucas speaks. Ethan, another drink? On me. Then he leans in closer and whispers to me. What do you think he'd yell if I shot him? I grit my teeth, but Ethan's attention is now on me. Oh, I think you know my friend here, Lucas says aloud. Maya! Maya! The younger guy beside Ethan says as he steps forward and offers his hand. I'm Tony, Ethan's brother. The better-looking one. He grins. I eye his hand. Lucas nudges me. Don't be rude. I jab him in the ribs, making him back off. I don't do handshakes, I tell Tony. He nods, drops his hand. Don't take it personally. Maya doesn't like much of anything, Lucas jokes. My gaze shifts to the 2 women again. One I vaguely recognize from Ethan's shop. She's sipping her drink, eyes on me, not bothering to hide her attitude. Are you 2 going to say something or just keep staring? Lucas asks. Maya, Ethan says finally. It's been 2 weeks. We never exchanged numbers. Sailor suggested I should, but I've made a conscious choice to keep space between us. It's Ethan's birthday, Tony says. Now I see the resemblance in their eyes. I focus back on Ethan. Happy birthday. Not really, he mutters. Why not? I don't like birthdays. Aw, look, they're bonding, Lucas mocks. Get lost, I mutter. Lucas just laughs and strolls off. Who are they? One of the girls whispers, not quietly enough. That guy's hot. I shoot her a glare. She blushes. The blonde just stares. Well, I hope your birthday improves, I tell Ethan, turning to follow Lucas. Then a hand wraps around mine. I know it's him. That familiar warmth, that quiet strength. Stay, he says softly. Make this less miserable. Tony talked me into it. I'm over it already. There's something in his voice that makes me want to stay. I've got work. You always say that, he mumbles, then looks over my shoulder. Jonah, can I borrow her for the night? Yep, Jonah replies, giving Ethan a quick pat on the back. Happy birthday, man. Then he leaves. I glance back at Ethan, who's now grinning. What's with the smile? You staying just made my night. I roll my eyes. He leans in close enough to kiss me but doesn't. Want to get drunk and fool around in my car? He whispers with a wink. I snort and cover my mouth, but he pulls my hand down, grinning. I'm taking that laugh as a yes, he says, and I want to hear that sound again. A lot. He leads me back toward his brother, and all I can think is, what did I just agree to, and why is it so damn easy with him?
Chapter 8. Ethan. That laugh. Hers. It gets me every time. Who knew something so simple could be such a turn-on? It's like a trigger. Just like the way she loses herself when I touch her. Tony keeps the conversation going, asking Maya questions while she gives him clipped responses. She holds her drink tight, like it's her only armor. Her shoulders haven't dropped since she walked in. I can't stop watching her, even though she won't really meet my eyes. Just flicks glances now and then, like she's trying not to acknowledge the tension, but feels it too. 3 drinks in, I pull her to my side. My arm wraps around her waist, and I rest my chin on her shoulder while Tony rambles on about med school. I slide my hand along her lower back, fingers dipping just under the waistband of her jeans. Her skin's soft and warm, goosebumps rising under my touch. So, are you 2 a thing now? Lila cuts in, her voice sharp and sarcastic. She's been unusually quiet since Maya arrived, hanging back with her friends. No, Maya answers before I can. It's true, but it still stings hearing her say it so bluntly. Looks like something, one of Lila's friends adds. Does it matter to you? Maya shoots back at Lila. Just wondering. Ethan's not the commitment type, more of a hit-it-and-quit-it guy. I pull my hand away from Maya, unsure how to respond, but she doesn't need me to step in. Bothered you're not the one he's sleeping with? She asks coolly. Lila flinches. I almost smile. He kissed me once, Lila snaps, clearly defensive. You want a trophy for that? Maya asks, unbothered. Lila's face flushes. You seem like a real bitch. I am, Maya replies proudly. I stay quiet, letting her handle it. Nothing I've said to Lila before has gotten through. Maybe this will. Let's go, one of Lila's friends says, rolling her eyes. This party's dead. Lila pauses, eyes narrowing. It won't last. Ethan doesn't know how to do relationships. You've got issues, Maya says, stepping forward. Oh yeah? Like what? Lila challenges. Tony moves to say something, but I stop him with a quick shake of my head. You're mad your boss doesn't want you. Mad that he wants me instead. I could have him if I wanted to. Is that so? Maya turns slightly, looking at me. Do you want to sleep with her? No, I answer, locking eyes with her. I want her. Only her. You sound like a whore, Lila spits. Before I can react, Maya pulls out a gun and points it straight at Lila's head. Where the hell did that come from? Everything freezes. Silence floods the room. Say it again, Maya says calmly. She's furious, but steady, controlled, and it's dangerous how much that excites me. Maya, I say cautiously, unsure if stepping in will make things worse. She doesn't even glance at me. Her eyes stay locked on Lila. Her hands don't shake. No witty comeback now? She taunts. You're insane, Lila whispers, visibly trembling. One of her friends is already crying. Keep that in mind next time, Maya says, then lowers the gun and tucks it into her waistband. Damn, she's a badass, Tony mutters, impressed. Lila stares at me, tears threatening, then bolts for the door. Her friends scramble after her. I step away from Maya. If you go after her, don't bother coming back, she warns, her voice low. She might call the cops, I remind her. Let her try, she says, turning away. I want to listen to her. I really do. But I have to be sure Lila's not doing something reckless. She still technically works for me, and she's had a few drinks too many. I don't hate Lila, but we were never meant to be anything. I reach for Maya, fisting the back of her hair, and crash my lips against hers. She responds instantly, matching my intensity. I pull her close, feel the weight of the weapon on her waistband. I break the kiss. Wait here, I say, then step outside. I find Lila out front, pacing, mascara streaked across her face. She sees me. Don't bother. You all right? I ask. Your psycho girlfriend just pulled a gun on me, she shrieks. A guy across the street looks over. Go home. I'm sorry, I say, trying to defuse it. I'm going to the cops. Getting a restraining order. She can't be near me again. I sigh. I wouldn't recommend that. Why? She's a whore. Don't. I cut her off. Fine. She's a jobless psycho. She storms off. I let her go, hoping she cools off before doing anything stupid. When I head back inside, Tony's at the bar, phone in hand. She left, he says without looking up. Told me to wish you a happy birthday. She's something else. Lucas walks by with a cigar, handing it to me. Happy birthday, he smirks, and thanks for the entertainment. Where'd she go? I call after him. He keeps walking. Gone, you blew it. I loved every second. I light the cigar. Happy damn birthday to me.
Chapter 9. Maya. It's the following Sunday, and we're all at the lake house when Lucas casually remarks, "Your little admirer keeps showing up at my place, annoying the hell out of me." Chanel, his much more agreeable half, swats his arm. "Be nice." "I am being nice," he says with a wink. Then he turns to me. "One more surprise visit from him, and I'm giving him your number." "You don't have my number," I reply, smiling tightly. Lucas grins, nothing friendly in it. "Are you sure?" Chanel peeks out from behind him. He may have grabbed it from my phone. "Sorry," I sigh. Delete it. "Nope. What if I want to mess with you again?" "You already did. That's why I changed it in the first place, remember?" "Idiot." Across the yard, Sailor calls out, redirecting her daughter. "Wren, back to your father." Wren pouts, but listens, running back toward Jonah. Sailor drops down beside me. "Is Lucas bothering you?" she asks. I could tell Cade, you know. "I'm not doing anything," Lucas protests. "So," Sailor nudges me, "tell me about him." "He's a mechanic," Lucas answers before I can. "You know him?" Sailor raises an eyebrow. "No idea who he really is, but he works for us. And I guess now, he works on Maya too, maintenance and all." "You're lucky I'm unarmed," I mutter. "That was my one rule. No shooting family anymore," Sailor says sweetly. She has a point. I did shoot Lucas once, in her home. "Is he attractive?" she asks in a hushed tone. "Rugged type, right?" Lucas cuts in. I give him a death stare. Chanel stands and takes Lucas's hand. "Walk with me." "I'm in the middle of a conversation," he pouts. "Walk." We'll make out away from the nosy ones. She winks. He shuts up and follows her. Sailor leans closer. "He knows what you do?" "He does." "But it's just sex," I say, eyes avoiding hers. Sailor is the last person I want to lie to. She's kind but strong. And Cade, the most dangerous man I've ever known, listens to her like she's law. "Do you want more?" she asks gently. "You've already proven yourself. You don't have to keep carrying that weight alone. Cade respects you. We all do. So if you want love, real love, go after it." "I don't want a relationship," I repeat. Okay, she says, hands raised. "But when you're ready, I'll want all the details. Especially how good he is in bed." She nudges me. "Sailor!" Cade's voice booms across the lawn. "Tell me I didn't just hear that." He scoops her up, throws her over his shoulder, and starts toward the house. "You're about to learn not to ask about other men." She's laughing the whole way. And I'm left sitting there, wondering, what if I did want more? Could I ever have what they have? My apartment's small but comfortable, exactly how I like it. I rarely invite anyone over, and that suits me fine. Even though I wasn't an only child, I felt like one. My younger brother was always expected to take over the family legacy. I don't think he ever really wanted it, but I did, and I wasn't supposed to. I had the wrong anatomy, apparently. Firstborn males got the crown, not daughters. I spent a year in Italy with my father. He never knew how much I absorbed. He assumed I didn't care, assumed wrong. I watched, learned, and when I came back, I knew this life was mine to take. And I took it, fought for it, earned it. Even when my brother and plenty of my cousins resented me for it. I was the inconvenient woman who wouldn't go away. But now they know. If it came down to it, I'd lay down my life for them. As for Roberto, my brother, I think about him more than I admit. Things were never good between us, but he was still my blood. He made the wrong choice, trusted the wrong woman, thought it was love, turned out to be betrayal. It got him killed. It's why I keep men at arm's length. I don't fall, I don't attach. I don't believe in fairy tales. But lately, I've been wondering, what if there's more? Not the kids, that part I'm unsure about. But the idea of waking up next to someone who actually wants to be there. Someone who doesn't flinch at what I do for a living. The kind of man who doesn't expect me to quit being who I am. Because I won't. I can't. Once you're in this world, there's no stepping out. I knew that going in. I walk to the fridge and glance at the old photo stuck there. My father and brother. It's one of the few good memories we have together. And despite everything, I still smile.
Chapter 10. Ethan. Me. Texting. Maya. Answer. Just 3 words, but I've called her countless times, and she hasn't picked up. She's ghosting me. Me. Texting. I'll see you soon. Still no reply. I'm locking the shop when Jonah pulls up in a vintage Mustang. He tosses me the keys. Beautiful ride, I say, running my hand over the hood. Think you can fix her up? He asks. Got her for the wife, but she needs some work. Consider it done. I begin to roll her inside and ask, how's Maya? He pauses. Why are you asking? She's ignoring me. Oh, we've all heard. You ran off after someone else. I freeze. I did, but not like that. She was an employee. I just wanted to make sure she wouldn't press charges. She wouldn't, Jonah smirks. They'd have to find her first. You know how dangerous she is, right? He leaves as a car approaches. I'm left wondering why I never checked on Lila. She hasn't shown up for work. I assumed she was recovering mentally. I intended to fire her anyway. She expects more than this arrangement ever was. I shut the shop and call her. No answer. Try again. Stop calling me, she says. Flat and final. You haven't called in, I say. No, because I quit. Right. Got it. Can you tell her? She means Maya. Tell her I quit. Then she hangs up. I call Maya. Nothing. I only know Cade's address. Better to go there. Cade's brownstone. I push the door open before knocking. Lucas greets me with a smirk. You've got guts, he says, passing me. I find Cade. Hey, looking for Maya. He arches an eyebrow. Why? I shift. Need to talk with her. Maya peeks from behind Cade. Sailor steps forward. I'm Sailor. Heard a lot about you. Come in. Cade growls, but can't stop Sailor. She adds, I heard you once extracted a body from a car? I didn't tell you that. Spoiler, she says with a soft laugh. I follow them inside, into a stunning foyer, past neutral tones and houseplants. Maya lounges on the couch, guarded, alert. I've been texting, I say gently. Must have the wrong number? She shrugs. It's the right one. So you're choosing not to respond? Yes. Why? I step closer. Her eyes shift away. I repeat, softer this time. Why? You should go. You're interrupting family. I was invited. She mumbles something to Sailor. Maya, I say again. When she stays silent, I lean in, close enough for her to feel it. We can't keep pretending. She finally meets my gaze. I'm checked out. A corner of her smile lifts, defiance and distance. You're a beautiful liar, I whisper, gliding my tongue over my lips. Before she reacts, I grab her and sling her over my shoulder. Sailor's voice rings behind me. Bathroom, second door on the right. Maya snarls. Put me down. Nope. I lock the door and stay close, holding her steady. Hello, my little hell kitten. And then, she's on me.
Chapter 11. Maya. I punch him hard in the chest, over and over, but Ethan stands steady. My knuckles sting, but he grips my wrists and pulls me close. You've been avoiding me, he says, tilting his head toward mine. I'm pinned to him. His warmth makes stepping back impossible. Just sex, I snap. I don't need that from you. He leans in, stare traveling over me. His leg shifts between my thighs. I feel every inch of him. Well, I'd want it from you, I admit. I tilt my head, going for a kiss, but those familiar lips don't move. Instead, he smirks. He holds me tighter. My body ignites. Why are you avoiding me? He asks softly. Through grit teeth, I say, I told you the truth. I won't admit I still want him, not just want, but need him. He presses closer, lips near mine. Let me kiss you. I've missed you. He doesn't wait for permission. He kisses me. Yes, he's an asshole, but damn, he kisses like nothing else matters. I respond. My hands slip under his shirt, finding his skin. He growls, lifting me, pressing me against the door. I wrap my legs around him. He breaks the kiss, eyes burning into mine. You don't want this? My response is unspoken. Ethan says, just nod. I bite my lip and he takes that as consent. He pulls me back into him. Heat explodes through me. Was that so hard to say? He murmurs. Yes, I growl, ripping his hair toward me. He only smirks. Don't mess with me, I warn. I'll cut it off. He laughs. Then at least kiss it before you do. Smartass. A knock on the door echoes. I shake my head. Ethan whispers, "We'll be quiet," and pushes into me again. But I shake my head again. I was planning to go home anyway. A ride with me? He asks, arched brows. No, I say. Use your car. He grins. I'd rather wake up next to you. But the car works too. Not coming inside, I say, turning. Your family is all men, he points out. That's different, I say, door creaking as I pull it open. They're family. He follows me outside. Sailor meets us. Did you two want drinks? No, we're going home, Cade calls out. He's always blunt about her. I'd like to speak with Maya, Ethan says quietly to Sailor. His tone with me always carries promise. We don't have anything to say, I say, slipping on my boots and walking to my bike. Ethan bids goodbye and follows. You ride? He asks. Yeah, I say, strapping my helmet. I haven't done it on a bike, he says, half amused, half serious. It's awkward, I agree. Something flashes across his eyes. He cracks his jaw. Don't tell me who you've been with. I shrug. Don't care about that. Is that so? He steps close. Someone asked why my receptionist quit. That memory flickers. I won't elaborate.
Chapter 12. Ethan. That smile on her lips. It gets to me. Whatever's going through her mind, it's something that makes her happy. She doesn't say what, I don't ask. You're a hell kitten, I tease. I'm not a kitten, Ethan, she replies, swinging a leg over her bike. But you are. You've got that sweetness in your face. But underneath? Fire. Is that supposed to be an insult or a compliment? She mutters. I shrug it off. No need to explain when I've got one thing on my mind. Getting her alone. Reminding her how good we are together. What did you say to Lila? I ask casually. I paid her a visit, she says like she's talking about grabbing coffee. You did what? You really thought I'd let someone talk about me like that? Maya shakes her head and starts strapping on her helmet. Just don't bring other women around me next time. Oh, and I have an appointment with something purple and battery-powered. Wait. What? She's talking about a toy. Has to be. I watch her ride off, suddenly very interested in becoming whatever that purple thing is. I've got her address, a voice says. I turn. It's Sailor, leaning against the door frame. She doesn't want me there, I tell her. Are you sure? She asks, eyes steady. No, I admit. Sailor steps forward and slips a folded note into my hand. Her smile is soft, knowing. The door closes behind her before I can thank her. Guess I've got a shot now. Later that night, I pull up to a small apartment. Her bike's parked outside, she's home. I walk to the door and knock. It opens. Barely. The first thing I see, a gun. How'd you find me? She asks. Sailor. She's really testing the boundaries of friendship, Maya mutters. Are you going to lower that? I ask, eyeing the weapon still pointed at me. Are you going to leave? I came here for a job interview. What? The purple thing, I say. Thought I'd apply. She blinks, then lowers the gun slightly. Her brows pinch together. Oh, yeah, that job's filled. She goes to shut the door, but I block it with my foot. I'm serious. She lifts her chin. You're not mad about your receptionist? Yes and no, I say with a shrug. She's alive, isn't she? For now. Maya smirks. But next time she opens her mouth, I'm not making promises. I step inside, closing the door behind me. She doesn't stop me. Why don't we talk in the kitchen, I offer. Preferably with that purple thing. And maybe no clothes? I start peeling off my shirt. Her eyes trail down to my belt. Clock's ticking, Maya. She walks into her room without a word. I hear shuffling. I undress slowly, boots off, jeans gone. Her apartment's small but clean. The fridge holds a photo. 2 men and some kids. Just so you know, I don't do sleepovers, she calls out. I turn as she enters. She's completely naked. Eyes locked on mine. In her hand, that same toy. Is that so? I say, nodding to the counter. Come here. I'm not a pet, she fires back. But she walks toward me anyway. I grab her by the hips and lift her, setting her on the counter. Let's see if I can make you purr. She grins. Could happen. I take the toy from her hand. I kiss her. Can't help it. She leans in, her body arching toward mine. I place the toy beside us and let my hand drift to her thigh. Her skin's warm, soft, and addictive. She opens her legs slightly, and I let my fingers trail upward. Show me how you use it, I say, stepping back. Maya studies me. Then, with a flick, she turns the toy on. It buzzes to life. Her eyes stay on me as she slides it between her thighs. How's it feel? Good. Better than me? I ask, watching her closely. She shakes her head. No. Good girl. Now, would you prefer my mouth? Her breathing's heavier now. Her gaze locks with mine. Yes. Then ask for it. Please. And that's all I need to hear.
Chapter 13. Maya. Ethan takes the toy gently from my hand, but doesn't switch it off. Instead, he drops to his knees in front of me and nudges my legs farther apart. Then his mouth finds me, and I forget how to breathe. A quiet sound escapes me as his tongue traces over every sensitive inch. Before I can even process it, the vibrator slips inside me and his mouth focuses on that spot that makes my body jolt. The kitchen counter will never feel the same again. He pushes the toy in deeper while his tongue draws slow, dizzying patterns. My body's reacting before I can even keep up. Everything blurs. My arms tremble trying to hold me up. The wave that crashes into me isn't gentle. It's fast, fierce, and leaves me stunned. Ethan doesn't stop. He lifts me into his arms and pulls me closer, shifting me like I weigh nothing. My hands hit the counter behind me to keep myself upright, and I don't even notice that my legs are half off the ledge until I feel him pressing against me. "You're going to come again," he murmurs against my ear. Then his teeth graze it before he shifts my hips and enters me in one powerful thrust. He's thick, stretching me in the best way, and within seconds he's moving with deep, relentless purpose. I shouldn't be ready again, not so soon, but somehow I am. He moves like he's starving, like he's reclaiming every part of me he's missed. His grip on my hip is intense, and one hand tangles in my hair as he keeps going, faster, deeper. I'm unraveling all over again. "I love the way your body clings to me," he murmurs, voice thick with pleasure. And I do, desperately, completely. "Ethan?" "Yes, my little hellcat," he teases just before biting down gently on my ear. "I'm going to—" "Good." His rhythm speeds up, but then he stops right before the edge, only to start again. Over and over, until I'm wrecked in the best way possible. Finally, I let go and everything crashes down. My muscles tighten, and this time I'm so spent I can barely move. He finishes right after, pulling back and making sure I don't fall. Then I feel something cool between my thighs. He's cleaning me with a damp cloth. "Tell me you didn't just use one of my dishcloths," I mumble. "I'll replace it," he says with a low chuckle. "I can buy my own replacements, thank you very much." But I don't move, not when I'm resting my head on his shoulder and he's carrying me through my apartment. He doesn't bother with the light, just lays me on the bed and climbs in behind me. His hand pulls one of my legs over his, and before I can even remind him he's not staying, he leans in and kisses the top of my shoulder. Then he's inside me again. I gasp, my back arching involuntarily. "You know your body was made for mine, right?" His voice is softer this time, his pace slower, almost lazy. "You have the worst mouth," I whisper. "And you love every word that comes out of it," he replies. Unfortunately, he's right. His movements are smooth, controlled, every motion designed to tease, until I reach back and grab his hip, silently telling him to speed up. When he does, I'm done for. Another release slams into me with so much force I cry out. He doesn't stop until he's finished too. A moment later, I feel warmth on my back. I stop and glance back. "Seriously?" "Time for a shower," he replies with a grin. "My body might not survive a shower session," I mumble, getting up and heading to the bathroom. "You stay here. I need 5 minutes of peace." He gives me that knowing look but doesn't follow. After cleaning up, I step out wrapped in a towel, expecting him to be dressed and ready to go. But nope. He's snoring softly, fast asleep in my bed. I shake my head, grab the towel from around me, and, despite myself, wipe him clean. As I do, his arms reach out and pull me into his chest. He holds me like he belongs there, like he has every right to stay. I open my mouth to protest, to remind him that this isn't supposed to mean anything, that he can't stay. But then I feel his breathing deepen. He's already asleep. I try to wiggle free. He doesn't let go, and in that moment, against all logic, every rule I've made for myself, I let it be. I rest my head on his chest, and I fall asleep too, dreaming about him.
Chapter 14. Ethan. She's not here when I wake up. At some point in the night, Maya ended up sprawled across my chest. I know because I woke up once, confused why I was painfully hard, only to realize it was because she was right there, breathing softly, peaceful. I didn't dare move. Eventually, she rolled away, and now she's completely gone. I stretch and sit up, glancing around. On the bedside table, a note waits. Thanks for the sex. Let yourself out. Don't come back. Charming. I chuckle under my breath and look around her place. Everything is neat, like meticulously organized. I wonder if she ever gets twitchy walking into my garage with tools and engine parts strewn everywhere. After a quick shower, I head into the kitchen and spot my clothes, folded neatly on the counter. I get dressed, then crack open her pantry. Everything is labeled. Her fridge? Same story. Tidy, color-coded, and arranged like it belongs in a magazine. I grab the bacon and eggs and find a pan just as the front door opens behind me. Maya walks in with a coffee in hand, eyebrows rising the second she sees me. "You're still here?" she asks, voice dry. "I was hungry," I say, holding up the bacon. "You want some?" She lifts her coffee like it's proof she doesn't need food. "That counts." "Not really. Sit down. I'll make you breakfast." "I only take orders from you in bed," she mutters, but sits down anyway. I smirk and turn back to the stove. The bacon sizzles in the pan. "Did you read my note?" "I did." "You've got the warmest hospitality I've ever seen," I reply without turning around. "I hate guests." I glance over my shoulder. She's watching me closely, one leg bouncing like she's ready to pounce or bolt. "Is this stressing you out?" I ask, nodding toward the food. "A little, yeah." "Why?" "I like my space. I've been alone a long time." I gesture to the fridge. "Those photos, your family." "My dad and brother," she says. "My brother's gone." "I'm sorry." "Don't be." He chose a path that led there. He turned on the family. That's what happens. He was still your brother. Her eyes shift slightly, her expression unreadable. "The kids, those are Cade's. His wife's the best," she smiles faintly. "Let me guess. You prefer visiting their place over having anyone here?" "Exactly. Sailor's place is clean, and she's my best friend." "She seems like good people." "She is. When I got pulled back into this world, Sailor was the first to welcome me in. She believed in me when no one else did. Sounds like the kind of person everyone needs." "She was, until she gave you my address." "Betrayal," Maya mutters, glaring. I laugh quietly, and I swear, for a moment, her lips almost curve upward. "How do you want your eggs?" I ask. "Runny. Also, you should probably run." "I'm not going anywhere." "Of course not." I finish cooking and dish up her plate, placing it in front of her. I must say dinner was incredible, hoping breakfast lives up to it. "Dinner? You." I wink. She rolls her eyes and stares at the plate. "I can't eat this." "Why? Not runny enough?" I check. It's perfect. It's touching. Touching? She gestures to the bacon leaning against the egg. "Oh." I nod, then take her plate back without another word. I cook a fresh egg the way she likes and make sure nothing is touching when I plate it again. She doesn't say thank you, but she does eat. Before you leave, she says, biting into a slice of bacon, put everything back exactly how it was. I will. You know how to shoot? She asks, completely out of nowhere. Or handle a knife? Yes and yes. My dad was a sharpshooter. I'm not bad either. So why fix cars? You want me to become a hitman instead? She shrugs. Would make more sense. What would? If you were a little more... She pauses, then lowers her voice. Dangerous. You don't think I'm dangerous enough? She chews her food and stares up at me. You're nice. I laugh. You think that's an insult? Depends. Would you prefer I was the kind of guy who carves people up for fun or offs anyone who glances at you the wrong way? Yes. I blink. That was fast. I don't like being crossed, she says, cool as ice. I step closer, reaching out and brushing her throat with my fingertips before gently wrapping my hand around it and tipping her chin up. I might not kill over a dirty look, I whisper. But if another man touches you, I'm more than capable of hitting a target. Her chest rises. Say more of that. That's the stuff. I kiss her quickly and step back. I knew you liked a little chaos, I say with a grin, tidying up the kitchen. I didn't say you could stay. You didn't stop me either. Once the kitchen's back in order, I pull on my shoes. I'll be back tonight, I tell her. Don't. Be ready by 8. I'm taking you out. And before she can argue, I'm already out the door.
Chapter 15. Maya. You know you can't keep dodging me, Sailor says as we sit side by side at the nail salon, her hands under the dryer while mine soak. I can, and I fully intend to. I'd bet money he stayed over. Tell me I'm right. I glance at her with a flat stare. You're right. Sailor grins. Knew it. You're welcome, by the way. I didn't ask for your matchmaking services. But why not? She asks, puzzled. The nail tech tugs gently on her hand and Sailor murmurs an apology. Cade has the kids today and I'd already agreed to this appointment with her days ago. Still, I'm regretting it now. The woman working on my feet applies some lotion and I squirm instinctively. Why is it so hard to believe I don't want more from him? She shrugs, casual. It's not that I don't believe you. You've just never shown interest in anything deeper before. You barely give guys 2 chances, let alone anything lasting. I've had relationships. I just don't advertise them. She arches a brow. She knows almost everything about me. I trust Sailor, completely. If things ever went sideways, she'd be the first person I'd call, and I know she'd drop everything and come. That man might not be your usual type, but Ethan's definitely into you. He may not be cutthroat, but he's no pushover either. He's intense in bed, I admit. Her eyes go wide. Intense how? She leans in eagerly. He's got a thing for dirty talk. No man's ever done that to me before, and he doesn't just whisper sweet nothings. He takes control. Rough hands, teeth, sometimes it leaves marks. The woman doing my nails looks up with a sly grin. Sounds like a fun one, she says. Sailor laughs and nods. Amen. Cade and his mouth. Nope, don't finish that sentence. I cut her off, shaking my head. Just saying. So, when did he leave? She asks. After breakfast. You ate it? Considering how particular you are with food, Sailor knows better than anyone. At her house, she either arranges my plate herself or makes sure whoever is cooking does it to my standard. I've never had to explain. She just gets it. I told him I couldn't eat what he made. Explained why. He didn't question me, just got up and made another plate. Didn't even blink. It was actually really good. I flinch again as the nail tech starts massaging my calves. He's kind. All the more reason to see him again. Please tell me you're going to. I am, I say, glancing at my phone. In fact, he's probably at my place right now. Her brows lift. Wait, what do you mean right now? He told me a time he'd pick me up. I told him not to, but he clearly doesn't listen. Maya, she says, half teasing, half scolding. What? I smile as my phone buzzes. Who is it? She asks, curious. Lucas, I sigh. I swear I need a new number and I should not give it to Chanel. You love Chanel. I do, but she gave Lucas my number and now he sends me the most ridiculous things. Look, I flash the screen. It's a goat screaming. Sailor snorts, trying not to laugh. That's just Lucas being, well, Lucas. Yeah, you like him. I, on the other hand, could cheerfully strangle him. Well, you've definitely tried. Stabbing, shooting. It's become a family tradition. She giggles, then her smile softens. Also, I'm pregnant. I blink. Again? She nods. Haven't told Cade yet. You planning to? Tonight. He wants more kids. I wasn't sure I did, but... She shrugs, a hopeful smile forming. I'm kind of excited. You should be. Your kids are amazing. And you and Cade? You're the blueprint for solid parenting. Later that night, when I finally get home, it's late, way past the time Ethan said he'd come. He's waiting by my door. The moment our eyes meet, I feel a flicker of guilt. It fades quickly. I warned him, told him not to come. He made the choice. I called, he says, voice low. I didn't answer. Why not? I turned off my phone. He drags a hand through his hair, exhaling slowly. His bicep flexes as he does, but I'm trying not to notice. His phone rings and he answers it without hesitation. I watch as his expression changes, tightens, as he listens. His gaze snaps to mine, and there's something in it I can't place. Something unreadable. I'll be there, he says into the phone. He hangs up. His eyes drop down my body, then rise back to my face. I don't have time for your games, he says coldly, and starts walking away. Wait, what? Ethan, I call after him. He pauses but doesn't speak. Are you... I stop. I can't finish the question. Forget it, Maya, he snaps. Just forget it. And then he walks off. I stare after him, stunned. Part of me wants to chase him. The other part wants to scream. I step toward my door and notice something on the ground. A single red rose, right where he must have been sitting. I pick it up, and I take it inside. Then I toss it into the trash.
Chapter 16. Ethan. The flight was rough, and the drive from the airport somehow managed to be worse. I didn't go home, didn't pack a bag. Just left from Maya's and caught the first flight out. When I get to the hospital, I head straight to the front desk and ask where to find him. They'd told me it was a bad accident. Something about his legs. The words that keep ringing in my ears are still the ones that gutted me most. You should probably come. I can't get them out of my head. I don't love many people in this world. But I love my brother. When I finally walk into his hospital room, the sight of him almost knocks the air out of my chest. He's surrounded by machines, beeping, hissing, blinking. His face is swollen and bruised, barely recognizable. You can sit with him if you'd like, a nurse says softly, entering the room. Are you family? I'm his brother. Only family he has. Good. It's always best when someone close is here, she says gently. Do you know how the others are doing? I ask, not sure if she has access to that kind of information. She gives me a look full of sympathy. From what I've heard, your brother was the one most seriously hurt. Everyone else got lucky. I hesitate before asking what I really want to know. Will he walk again? She takes a breath, choosing her words carefully. I think it's best if the doctor speaks with you directly. I need to know, I interrupt, my voice tight. This is my brother. Please. There's a pause. Then, in a whisper, she says, from his chart, it doesn't look likely. I'm really sorry. My throat tightens, but I nod. He wanted to be a doctor. He's one of the smartest people I know. She looks between him and me, then quietly slips out to find someone with more answers. I sit beside him, take his hand, and promise him it'll be okay. But for the first time, I'm not sure if I believe it. He damaged his spine. Badly. They've told me he'll need a wheelchair, probably for the rest of his life, and it crushes me. How is he supposed to be a doctor now? Is that even possible? I stay by his side every day. He fades in and out of sleep, only speaking a few words here and there. Eventually, when he wakes fully, I don't even need to tell him. His face says he already knows. I don't want to be the one to say it out loud. I can't. Another week passes. I watch him shrink a little more inside himself each day. You should go, he says one morning. I'm going to start rehab. Learn how to use the chair. You've got stuff to do. Go home. I want to stay. You sitting around here like a mopey, sad sack isn't helping anything. I'm not mopey, I argue. I'm relieved you're still here. How's Maya? He asks out of nowhere. Truth is, I haven't called her. She hasn't called me either. She has my number. She just hasn't used it. I know because I texted her that night and never heard back. Why are you asking about her? Because you like her, he says simply. You don't like many people. That's not true. He smirks. It is. And I like knowing I'm one of the few who made it into your circle. I nod, not knowing what to say to that. But seriously, he adds, go home. I'll call you if I need anything. I'll come back every weekend. No, you won't. I'll call when I want you to visit. Stop hovering. There's a silence before he grins and adds, also call Maya. I told her to screw off last time I saw her. Real smooth, he laughs. You're going to need to fix that. Yeah, maybe. Just then, the nurse walks in. Tony's face lights up, and they chat like old friends. I recognize her. She's been in here a lot. I haven't seen any of the other guys from the crash come by. I checked. They're all fine. Not one of them showed up. Figures. I'm getting you a new phone, I tell him, grabbing my jacket and stepping out. I find a store nearby, buy him a new phone with a fresh number, and head back. When I return, that same nurse is leaning a little too close and laughing at something he said. The second she notices me, her face goes red and she practically scurries out of the room. Tony grins. Do you think I'll still be able to have sex? I hand him the phone. Didn't ask the doctor, but I'm sure there's a way. You've still got a mouth. He laughs and nods, satisfied. She and I were in med school together. I like her. Maybe talk to your doctor before jumping into anything, I suggest. But who knows? Maybe she'll stick around. He agrees, a little more hopeful than before. That night I head home, but I wish I could take him with me. Chapter 18. Ethan. Tony lives with me now. I've hired a nurse for the day and another for nights. Physically, he's healing. Mentally, though, it's hard to watch. Tony used to be unstoppable, always full of energy. Now he's quieter, withdrawn, like he's only half here. "I need to do something," he says one afternoon, sitting in his wheelchair near the window. "You will," I tell him. "Just give yourself time." He shakes his head. "There's a law school nearby. I want to apply." "Law? If I can't be a doctor, I can still make a difference from a desk." He's got a point. Lawyers don't have to be on their feet all day. "You're sure about this?" I ask, not wanting him to rush into something just to distract himself. "I am." "All right then." Tony the lawyer it is. He manages a faint smile. It doesn't reach his eyes, but it's better than the blank stare I've been seeing for days. Later that night, when Tony's asleep, I find myself outside a bar. Lucas is out front, finishing a cigar when I pull up. "You forget whose place this is?" he says, eyeing me. "Is it open?" "Yeah, but you might not want to go in." "Why not?" "Maya's inside. Drunk. And there's a guy." Before he finishes, I push past him and head in. It's darker than usual. Some soft pop song is humming through the jukebox. The dance floor is half empty, but I see her right away. Leather pants, heels, hair piled high. She's dancing slowly, hips swaying in time to the music while some guy presses up behind her, hands low on her waist. She doesn't stop him, and I can feel my jaw lock. "She does this," Lucas murmurs behind me. "Likes attention, that's all." He doesn't get it. She may like the game, but she doesn't want him. I know it. She just doesn't want to admit she wants me. I stay where I am, fists clenched at my sides until my nails cut skin. Lucas glances over. He's going for her neck. That's it. I move. She hasn't even opened her eyes when I reach her. Her lips are pressed tight, eyes shut as she leans into the guy behind her. I close the gap between us. "Back off," the guy mutters, irritated. "I'd move your hands before I do it for you," I warn, low and sharp. Maya's eyes snap open at the sound of my voice. She goes still. "We're having fun, aren't we, babe?" the guy says, clearly unaware of how badly this is about to end for him. I don't respond. I just grab her by the waist and pull her to me. She doesn't resist. Her hands land on my chest instinctively, and the guy's hands drop. "We're leaving." "Like hell," the guy snaps, and suddenly he's got a gun aimed straight at my head. Maya just smirks. I ease her behind me. Her hands stay resting on my chest, like she trusts I've got this handled. "You really don't want to do that," I warn him. He grins. "Yeah, I think I do." His finger starts to slide toward the safety. Too slow. In a blink, I close the gap, twist his wrist, and now I've got the gun pointed at him instead. His face shifts from smug to panic. "You're dead," he growls. Nope. I shift the aim down and shoot him in the foot. He screams. I drop the gun, scoop Maya into my arms, and head out like nothing happened. Lucas watches us walk past. "I'll deal with your mess," he calls, "but this one's gonna cost you." I nod once. Outside, I set Maya down next to my car and open the passenger door. She turns her head and throws up on the sidewalk. I hold her hair back. When she's done, she wipes her mouth with the back of her hand. "Better?" She nods. I grab a bottle of water from the back seat and hand it to her. She rinses, then climbs into the car, quiet now. I lean in, buckle her in, and catch the scent on her. Cheap cologne, alcohol, and a hint of regret. "Why did you even come tonight?" she asks softly, her eyes glassy. "Drink your water." She takes it, but doesn't look away from me. "You have the most beautiful eyes," she whispers. I pause, watching her closely. I wonder how I'm supposed to keep walking away from her like this. "Yours or mine?" "Yours." She turns toward the window and pulls her knees up, curling into herself. Her heels dangle loosely from her toes. I take the bottle from her hands as her eyes start to flutter closed. By the time I round the car and get into the driver's seat, she's already asleep.
Chapter 19. Maya. I wake up somewhere unfamiliar. This definitely isn't my bed. Mine doesn't feel this soft or smell this good. It's warm, comforting, the kind of place you could melt into and never leave. Still, I'm hesitant to open my eyes, just in case I'm not alone. And worse, I don't remember whose bed this is. Panic creeps in. Where's my knife? My hand darts to my thigh, only to find bare skin. No pants. Great. I must have slept with someone. And it wasn't Ethan. Just as I begin spiraling, fingers close gently around mine. The touch is familiar. Calming. Then a low voice murmurs beside me. "Your knife's right there." I jolt, eyes snapping open to find Ethan half awake, his hand still wrapped around mine. "Were you planning to stab me with it?" Words fumble. I'm so confused. How did I even get here? I sit up, checking myself. My top's still on. My underwear's where it should be. That's something. "Why are you grabbing yourself like that?" he asks, voice rough with sleep. I pause. "Did we sleep together?" He groans and gets out of bed, revealing nothing but boxers and a foul mood. Without saying a word, he walks into the bathroom and starts the shower. Still no answer. I climb out of bed, grab my pants and heels from the floor, and follow him. He's standing under the water, one arm braced on the wall, head down like he's trying to rinse away more than just the night. "Ethan," I ask again from the doorway, "did anything happen between us?" He turns, eyes locking on mine, sharp, green, and unreadable. "No, I don't sleep with women who can't even form a full sentence," he says flatly. "And if I did, you'd remember." Then he turns away again, running both hands down his face under the stream. "Why are you so pissed?" He doesn't look back. "Maybe it's got something to do with the guy you were about to leave with. The one who had his hands all over you." His tone burns more than his words. He steps out of the shower, wet skin gleaming, and walks toward me. "Move." "We're not together." "You don't get to be mad because someone else wanted me." His expression hardens. "Move." "Is that the only reason you're upset?" "Move, Maya." I plant my feet and cross my arms. "No." We lock eyes for a long, tense second until he steps forward, grabs my hips, lifts me clean off the ground, and sets me aside. Not a word. He grabs a towel, dries off quickly, and brushes past me. I catch a glimpse of myself in the mirror. Smudged makeup, tangled hair. I look like I barely survived last night. After rinsing my face and swiping toothpaste on my finger to scrub my teeth, I gather myself. When I walk out, Ethan is already dressed and cooking in the kitchen. "We should talk," I say quietly. "You should head out." "Sailor's on her way." "Sailor?" I ask, surprised. "She's coming to get you." "I've got work, can't play babysitter today." The scent of sizzling bacon hits me. "Maya." I hear my name and glance toward the dining table. Ethan's brother. He's sitting in a motorized wheelchair, watching me with a crooked smile. "I didn't think I'd ever see you again." It's been a while. I hadn't noticed him there. I give him a confused look and turn back to Ethan, who says nothing and continues plating food. He sets a divided plate on the counter in front of me, just like the ones I use. My heart stutters. Did he really? Eat something. You threw up everything last night, Ethan says simply. The smell of bacon is impossible to resist. My mouth waters. You're not eating? I ask him. He finishes cleaning the pans and doesn't even look at me. I take a bite of bacon, and it's perfect. Warm, crispy. I let out a soft moan without meaning to. Ethan dries his hands, grabs his keys, taps his brother's shoulder, and heads for the door just as a nurse walks in. She gives me a polite smile, exchanges a few words with Ethan that make him grin, and then he's gone. No goodbye, no glance back. Tony watches him leave, then turns to me. Oof, he's definitely mad at you. I raise an eyebrow as the nurse sits down to check on him. Car accident, he explains. Bad one. Wrecked my spine. Can't walk anymore. Ethan's been taking care of everything. I start to ask how long ago it happened, but then it clicks. It was that night. The phone call. When he left me looking torn up and furious. Where's he headed? I ask, hearing his car rumble to life outside. Work, probably. Of course. Thanks, I tell Tony, offering him a soft wave before heading toward the front. By the door, I find my phone and apartment keys waiting. I pick them up and scroll through my contacts. I press call on Ethan's name. No answer.
Chapter 20. Ethan. The days are starting to blur. When you love what you do, it's easy to lose track of time, but nothing jolts you back to reality faster than discovering a dead body. I step back from the trunk, slam it shut, and curse under my breath. Definitely not part of the job description. I send Cade a coded message. His reply is short. On my way. Whoever he's sending better show up fast. This guy's rotting, and the smell is already creeping through my shop. About 10 minutes later, there's a knock at the front office. Right. I almost forgot. I'm supposed to be interviewing people today. Since Lila left, I've been handling both the garage and the front myself. It's a nightmare. So I put out a job posting, and now here I am, hoping someone decent walks through that door. I wipe my hands on a rag as I head to reception and pull the door open. The first candidate's a young guy, eager and wide-eyed. He rattles off how much he loves cars, seems genuinely enthusiastic, and doesn't come across like an idiot. Not bad. We wrap the interview, and he thanks me, saying he's ready to start any time. There's a gap before the next appointment, about 30 minutes, then another knock. This time, it's a woman. She's dressed in red, from her lipstick to her dress. Stylish, bold. She flashes a confident smile and offers a handshake. Hi, I'm Aqua, like the color. Weird name, I know. I'm here for the job interview. I shake her hand. Ethan. As she walks in, her eyes sweep across the space. This is the office? She asks, waving at the barely organized room. It's not exactly pristine, and she looks like someone who shops at places where the floors shine and the air smells like money. Yes, I answer. It could definitely use a woman's touch, she mutters, glancing out the window toward the garage. Her gaze zeroes in on a particular car. Is that a '61 Cadillac? I blink. Okay. Didn't expect that. It is. She raises an eyebrow. Mind if I get a closer look? You can't, I reply quickly. I work solo once the crew's gone. I need someone to manage the front, calls, customers, paperwork. I can handle that. She smiles, unfazed. My dad was a mechanic. I grew up around cars. Her name might be quirky, but something about it fits her. So, when do I start? She asks. I pause. Why would someone like you want to work here? She doesn't miss a beat. My husband passed away a few years ago and left me comfortable. I've traveled, bought a house, tried different gigs. Nothing clicked. Then I saw your ad, and it reminded me of my father. She offers another soft smile, and this time it reaches her eyes. I should warn you, this is a quiet job. You'll spend a lot of time alone. I don't talk much when I'm working. That's fine by me, she says with a nod. Can you start tomorrow? Her face lights up. Are you serious? Yes, but I've got work to finish. Let me walk you out. It's getting late. As we step outside, she glances back. Uniform policy? Just nothing too revealing. Most of our customers are guys. Understood. I noticed the BMW parked at the curb. It was my husband's. I haven't been able to part with it, she explains, catching my glance. You don't seem old enough to be a widow. She gives a soft laugh. Does anyone? Fair. I'm 30. Though some mornings I feel ancient, she adds. I don't reply to that. No need to say something that might come off the wrong way. As she opens the car door, I spot a familiar vehicle pulling in. Maya. Tomorrow at 9? Aqua confirms. I nod, watching her drive off as Lucas parks behind her and Maya steps out. Another body, huh? Lucas jokes, already heading toward the Cadillac. That's on me. He pops the trunk while Maya rolls out a tarp. Both of them snap on gloves like it's second nature. Together they lift the corpse, wrap it in the tarp, and carry it to her car. Trunk closes. Done. Maya peels off her gloves, and Lucas hops into the passenger seat. She pauses, nodding toward the direction Aqua left in. Who was the woman? I counter, who was the guy? Her nose crinkles. Lucas shouts her name from the car. She slides in without answering. Lucas gives me a lazy wave as they pull away. She doesn't even glance back. I head back into the garage, but the stink still lingers. The scent of decay has seeped into everything. Metal, air, my skin. It needs to go. I glove up and rip out the carpet from the trunk, carry it outside and toss it onto a fire. The flames crackle and the stink burns with it. Let the bastard rot. Maybe now the smell will leave too.
Chapter 21, Maya. He's mad at you again? Lucas grins as he speaks. Honestly, this might be the most entertaining thing I've seen all week. I groan. This is your idea of fun? Well, considering you were grinding on that guy like you were auditioning for a music video, I'm not surprised Ethan nearly lost it. I would have snapped too. I blink. Wait, what do you mean? Lucas shrugs. Ethan shot the guy. Right there, in the middle of the bar, blood everywhere. Took me hours to mop the place. He owes me for that. I turn to face him fully. Ethan did what? You seriously don't remember? Lucas raises a brow, skeptical. You were drunk, weren't you? I remember dancing at your bar. That's it. Next thing I know, I woke up in Ethan's bed. Lucas chuckles and shakes his head. You're a menace. I scowl. Sometimes I really do wish I'd actually shot you. Let's not tempt fate. Your boyfriend has proven he'll shoot first and ask questions never. He's not my boyfriend. I pause. And you keep saying he shot someone like that's normal. Lucas doesn't answer. Instead, he unlocks his phone and presses play on a video before handing it over to me. On the screen, there I am, dancing like I haven't a care in the world, swaying against some guy. I look wasted. Then Ethan appears, and he's not calm, not even close. He storms in, grabs me, and the guy reacts, angrily. He pulls a weapon. Ethan moves fast, Calm, calculated, he disarms the guy like it's second nature, flips the gun, and fires. One shot, straight into the man's foot. Then he drops the weapon, scoops me up, and drags me out. I stare at the screen, heart pounding. My grip tightens on the phone without realizing it. Lucas glances at me sideways. Did you know he used to be military? Sharpshooter. I knew something about that, I mumble. Well, now you've seen it firsthand. Lucas grabs his phone back and hops out of the car like nothing happened. I stay behind the wheel, still processing everything. Ethan's face in that video wasn't just angry, it was lethal, protective, possessive. The kind of look you give someone you can't stand to see touched by anyone else. I wonder, does he think about me the way I've been thinking about him? Maybe. I sit there a while longer before I realize where I've ended up, right in front of Ethan's garage. But the lights are off. He's not there. I finished the book. I tell Adora the next day. She's behind the counter in her bookstore, wrapped in Jonah's arms while he plants kisses along her neck. Did you enjoy it? She asks, looking over at me. I glance at Jonah and hesitate. She elbows him. Go. I'm working. He winks. Maya can mind the shop. You and I can work in the back. Adora swats his arm. You're cooking dinner tonight. Go. He leans down and whispers something in her ear, making her blush before he strolls out. She looks back at me expectantly. So? Did you like it? I did. I nod. She claps her hands, clearly thrilled. She heads to the romance section and grabs another book. You finished that fast. I had time on my hands. No Ethan to keep you busy? I roll my eyes. Let me guess. Lucas? She shrugs. Guilty. He's annoying, but reliable with the gossip. She sets 2 books on the counter. This is a duet. First ends on a cliffhanger, so keep book 2 close. Is it dark? The right amount, she says. Same vibe as the last one you liked. This author's great with twisted duets. Adora. She's halfway through reorganizing the shelves, color-coded by the look of it. She pauses and turns to me. What made you realize Jonah was the one? Her face softens. Are you asking because you're unsure about Ethan? I don't know. I miss him when he's not around. But do I know him well enough to want more? That's a start. Spend more time with him. You might find out he chews too loud. He cooks well, I admit. Okay, maybe he shoots too well. I snort. He's definitely better than I am. She laughs. All right, how about this? You go see him. Talk. No sex. Just talk. But the sex is really good, I groan. She winks. Girl, we've all been there. It complicates things. It's not just good. It's addictive. You think that's because you like him? He's growing on me, I say softly. Go see him. But keep it G-rated. That's hard. You've done harder. She smiles. I flip open the first page of the new book and scan a few lines. There's already a scene I could picture playing out with Ethan. The image hits me in the chest like a freight train. That's the moment it hits me. I don't just want his body. I want more. Want me to come with you? Adora offers. Backup? I shake my head. No, I got this. Maybe tomorrow. Let me get through these first. She laughs as I head toward the door. Now all I need is the nerve to walk through his.
Chapter 22. Ethan. Aqua turned out to be one of the best hires I've ever made. She doesn't waste time with unnecessary questions. If I tell her what I need ordered, she already knows what to do. Honestly, she fits perfectly here. Brought you lunch, she says as she walks into the garage, handing me a burger. You didn't need to do that. I know. But I wanted to talk, and food seemed like the right way in. I wipe my hands clean, drag a chair over, and motion for her to sit. She thanks me as she settles in. All right, what's on your mind? I really love working here, she begins, smiling faintly. But I want to ask if you'd consider selling the shop to me. You could stay on, of course. You're brilliant at what you do. but I'd like to own it. The burger hovers at my lips, frozen. This place isn't for sale, I answer flatly. Everything has a price. I lower the burger to my lap. Aqua, I'll say it again. It's not for sale. Okay. What about a partnership? No. I don't share my business. She presses her lips together, then shrugs. Fair enough. I figured it was worth asking. I wasn't trying to offend you, I just thought, when you really love something, you should go for it. So I tried. She unwraps her burger and takes a big bite. So are you quitting? I ask. Her eyes widen and she shakes her head while chewing. Absolutely not. I want to stay, whether that's as an owner or just an employee. I've got too much money sitting around and no clue what to do with it, that's all. She laughs lightly. Must be nice. You do well too. I've seen the books. This place pulls in good money. You should be proud she doesn't know about the other cash flow. The side jobs with Cade that never touch the books. And she's right. The shop's reputation alone keeps us thriving. I was also thinking, maybe we should get you on social media. TikTok, Instagram, even Facebook. People love before and after content. It could double your business. I've never used any of that. That's fine. I can run it for you. Don't even need to show your face if you don't want. But honestly, the ladies probably wouldn't mind seeing it. She laughs, and I find myself smiling with her. Then a voice cuts in. This is cute. I glance up to see Maya standing in the doorway, legs bare under a short skirt, heels so high I wonder how she even walks in them. And yet I know, drunk or sober, she never stumbles. She looks dangerous and perfect all at once. Maya. Aqua stands quickly and walks over, wiping her palms down her shirt before offering her hand. Hi, I'm Aqua. Maya doesn't take it. She just flicks her gaze at me. Am I supposed to be polite right now? She asks, ignoring Aqua's hand. Yes, I reply, standing to my feet. Maya smirks faintly. Then the pleasure is yours, she says to Aqua, brushing past her and stepping straight to me. We need to talk. I glance at Aqua. Thanks for lunch. And I'll think about your idea. Better not be about sex, Maya cuts in. And Aqua's eyes widen before she hurries back toward the office, leaving us alone. I lift the burger in my hand. Want a bite? Maya's gaze lingers on it. I didn't come here to eat. I came to talk. Take a bite first. I'm fine. Have you eaten? No. Then eat or no talking. You're infuriating. She sighs, then finally closes her eyes and leans forward. I hold the burger up to her lips and watch as she bites into it, her lips brushing the bun. When she opens her eyes again, those dark irises lock on me. It's good. Aqua bought it. She swallows, her expression sharpening. You like telling me when other women bring you things? So fiery, I tease, taking another bite myself. She drops into the chair Aqua had used, crossing one long leg over the other. For a second, I catch a flash of pink lace under her skirt, and my pulse spikes. Are you going to talk to me? She asks, tapping her nails against her thigh. Or keep dodging? I'm listening, I say, sipping from my drink. She waits me out, staring. You were a sharpshooter, she finally says. Yes, I told you that. You served. I did. No surprise she knows more now. With Cade's family, secrets don't stay buried for long. Not that I care. There's nothing I'd hide from her anyway. You shot that guy at the bar. He had his hands all over you, Maya, and you were way too drunk to consent. So it wasn't only because he touched me. That was part of it. No sense lying. She'd smell it instantly. She's too sharp for games. I didn't like walking in and finding you eating with another woman, she admits. A laugh almost slips out. Jealousy looks good on her. She works for me. Why do you only hire women? Her head tilts, suspicion lacing her voice. I don't. I interviewed a guy too. Aqua just happened to be the best candidate, and it has nothing to do with her gender. It better not. Maya leans closer, lowering her voice. Because I've got a habit of eliminating people who irritate me. She winks, then pushes to her feet. She leans down, her face so close I can smell her perfume. Dinner? I raise a brow. Are you asking me out? Yes, but no sex. Just one date. Dinner only. I grin. But I like the way you taste. The way you... I'll text you the time and place. She cuts me off, fighting a smile, but losing the battle as her lips curve. Then she turns and walks out, hips swaying, heels clicking. I sit back, still grinning. Who would have guessed? She asked me. My fiery little hellcat.
Chapter 23, Maya. I wore a dress for him, and it isn't black. That alone feels like progress. I'm already seated waiting for Ethan to arrive. I picked an outdoor restaurant, neutral ground, somewhere public where neither of us could let things escalate beyond what's appropriate. I showed up early, nerves gnawing at me the whole time. As the minutes tick down to when I told him to meet me, doubt creeps in. Maybe he won't come. Maybe he decided I'm too much trouble. If he did, I couldn't exactly blame him. My life is far from normal. His isn't either, but even he doesn't deal with corpses showing up in car trunks like I do. That isn't exactly something you'd call everyday life. My phone buzzes. Ethan's name lights up my screen. When I open the message, I freeze. It's a photo of me, sitting right where I am now. My gaze snaps up, scanning the area around me. Where is he? I quickly type back. Me. Where are you? 3 dots appear. Then his reply flashes across the screen. Ethan, spread your legs a little. Slide your hand up your thigh. Do it for me. My nose wrinkles at his boldness. Me. No. Ethan, do it. Always so demanding. Reluctantly, I uncross my legs and lower my hand onto my bare thighs, the hem of my short dress riding high. I hesitate, glancing around again, but still don't spot him. Then a voice comes from behind me, low and rough. You are the most dangerously beautiful thing I've ever seen. I turn slightly, and there he is. His mouth finds mine before I can say a word, stealing my breath in one fierce kiss. His hand cups my face, thumb brushing my cheek as he pulls away. He smudges away my lipstick with his thumb before circling the table to sit across from me. Even covered in grease or sweat, he looks good. Tonight, he looks devastating. You were early, he observes, our knees brushing under the table. I was. Are you nervous? No, I answer too quickly, which earns me that infuriating smirk. And you're not wearing black. What's your favorite color? I ask, arching a brow. Whatever color you're in. A waiter arrives and I order a margarita. Ethan orders the same along with appetizers. So, a date, with no sex, he says casually, his hand sliding onto my thigh under the table. Weren't you just mad at me? I ask. I was. But you made the first move. That changes everything. Now I know you want this as much as I do. What if this whole dinner was just so I could tell you it's over? He leans in, voice low. You wouldn't have opened your legs for me if that were true. I fight the smile tugging at my lips just as the waiter returns with our drinks. Ethan pulls back, though his hand remains on my leg. So why the no-sex rule? He asks. because people should date without it sometimes. Pretty sure it's written somewhere in the guidelines. I pause. Unless that's all you want from me. That was you, Maya. You're the one who said just sex. I only followed your lead. He winks. So you've wanted more all along? I always have. Even knowing who I am. His answer is a simple nod. The waiter returns with calamari and fries. Ethan immediately asks for an extra plate, separating the food so nothing touches. Then he pops a fry into his mouth before speaking again. You mean your work? He clarifies. I nod slowly. I know what you do. Hell, most people on the streets know who you are. You're as sharp and lethal as the blade you probably have strapped to your thigh. I smirk, glancing down at my leg. Does that scare you? He shakes his head. No, I want you to understand something. He leans closer, beckoning me in with a finger until I'm caught in his green-eyed stare. I respect the hell out of you. I tell people you're a firecracker. But here's the secret. Only you and I know this. Inside the bedroom, you don't call the shots. You're mine. And you follow my lead. He leans back, dipping another fry into barbecue sauce. For a moment, I don't know whether to be furious or intrigued. I could dominate you if I wanted to, I challenge. He grins. I've got no doubt you could. But we both know you crave it when I take control. He's not wrong, and I hate that he's right. So it doesn't bother you? Not at all. I'm confident in who I am, but don't mistake that for weakness, Maya. If another man ever tried to take what's mine, I wouldn't hesitate. I may not kill as often as you, but don't think for a second I don't know how. And looking at him, I don't doubt it for a second.
Chapter 24. Ethan. I meant what I said. Maya is the most dangerously beautiful thing I've ever crossed paths with. When she walks into a room, it's like she owns it. Maybe she does. Every move is deliberate, every glance calculated. She's beautiful. She's dangerous. And I'm in deeper than I'd like to admit. We linger at the restaurant for a couple of hours, though it feels longer. I ask her about her day, and she actually tells me in detail more than I expected. When she asks about mine, I mention Aqua, and Maya's nose wrinkles at the name. Jealousy suits you, I tease. I pay the bill before she can argue, then stand and offer her my hand. She takes it, and I hold on as we step outside together. Her car's parked near mine, and I'm relieved she didn't drink enough for me to worry about her driving. Thanks for coming tonight, she says. You're not inviting me back to your place? I joke. She drops my hand and shakes her head while unlocking her car. I'm out of town this week. Forgot to tell you earlier. Her black hair falls loose, half tied back, and I want to run my fingers through it. Instead, I reach for her hand again. You'll be gone a whole week? Yeah. Dinner again when I'm back? I'd like dessert first next time, I tell her. Oh, I don't think they serve dessert here, she says, missing the point. You're my dessert. Her eyes lock on mine, and a smirk tugs her lips. We'll see. I like this, though she waves between us. I don't usually talk this much. She even told me about her brother, about his death, and how it shaped her. About Cade and the others, how they're more like brothers than cousins. How long it took for them to respect her, and how badly she wanted that recognition. Maybe a few more dates like this, she says. So you're saying I've got to be patient? Maya nods, then leans in to kiss me. Just as I deepen it, she pulls back. Good night, Ethan. She slides into her car and drives away, leaving me standing there with a ridiculous smile on my face. The week drags. Every damn day feels longer than the last. We text back and forth, but time zones mess with everything. She's in Italy. By day 6, I try calling. No answer. Then her phone switches off completely. You've been off lately, boss? Aqua tosses me a bottle of water as she passes through the shop. Busy, I mutter. Or maybe it's that dark-haired knockout you've been seen with. I glance up, but she just grins. I notice things, she says with a wink. If it helps, I'm sure she's missing you just as much. Missing me? Yeah. You mentioned she was gone, but you practically growled it. She laughs and heads to the office. I bury myself under the car and don't move for hours. I even forget to eat until Aqua pops her head out later. What time is it? I ask. 7. You should have wrapped up by now. You should have too. She shrugs. Had stuff to finish. And it's not like I have anyone waiting at home. Actually, would it be okay if I visited your brother? I frown. You've brought him around a few times. I like him. I just thought, he doesn't have many people here. And neither do I. He's 8 years older than you. She rolls her eyes. I don't mean it like that. Just to visit, not anything else. But I wouldn't do it without asking you first. If he's fine with it, then sure. Good. I'll text him. You have his number? Yeah. He gave it to me. We chat sometimes. He even asks if you're still at the shop when you stay late. So you're his spy now? I joke. She laughs. Guess so. Is that bad? Before I can reply, the sound of heels clicking against the concrete makes me turn. And there she is. Maya, looking flawless, like always. I can't stop the smile that creeps across my face. I'll head over to your place, Ethan. Nice seeing you again, Maya, Aqua says as she passes her. Maya doesn't answer, just watches Aqua leave. Why is she going to your place? Maya asks, crossing her arms. To see my brother. Oh. Her expression softens. I've missed you, I admit, wiping my hands on my jeans. A faint smile pulls at her mouth. You have? I thought you weren't coming back until tomorrow. I left early. Why? I ask as she steps close enough that I can almost touch her. Because someone probably couldn't go long without a second date. Just a date? She nods and turns back toward her car. For a second, I think she's leaving. Then she pulls out 2 bags and drinks, turning to face me again. You brought dinner? I did. Have you eaten? No. I take the bag from her, my stomach grumbling. Good. But just so you know, I'm too tired for dessert tonight, she says, brushing her hair behind her ear with a sly smile. We'll see what happens tomorrow.
Chapter 25. Maya. I hadn't realized how much I missed him until I saw him again. The weight of it hit me hard, like something I'd been carrying without knowing, finally lifting. I've never been the type to miss a man, never cared enough to. But Ethan is different. I don't know why exactly, but I feel it deep. Maybe it's because he doesn't try to dull me down or make me smaller. He lets me be exactly who I am. With him, I never feel too much. Ethan pulls me into his lap, his face pressed into the curve of my neck, just breathing me in. I'm getting you dirty, he murmurs against my skin. Then let's shower, I say, running my fingers through his curls, and he all but melts at the touch. I can't stay long. I need to check on Tony. I can't leave him alone too long. Then let's go back to your place, I reply easily. I like Tony. His lips tug into a smile. He likes you too. He helps me to my feet, locks up the shop, and we head out together. At his house, a car is already in the driveway, Aqua's. Play nice, Ethan warns softly. Inside, laughter greets us. Tony sits at the table in his chair with Aqua opposite him, the two of them bent over a board game. Maya, finally! Tony waves us over. Come play. She's killing me. Aqua laughs but keeps her gaze down. You two have met? Tony asks. We have, I answer. We'll join after we clean up, Ethan says quickly. Tony grins mischievously. Shower? That code for something else? Tony, Ethan mutters in warning. I laugh as Ethan tugs me toward his room. The moment the door shuts, he starts stripping off clothes on the way to the shower. You better be undressed and in with me in 5 seconds, or I'll drag you in myself. That almost sounds like a promise, I tease, tilting my head. His jeans drop and I catch myself staring. Over here. Now, he orders. I fold my arms, smirk, and stay put. And if I don't? Maya? His tone carries that edge. Ethan, I echo back, smiling. He shakes his head, already hard, then strides over. He doesn't bother asking, just undresses me himself, quick and firm. My underwear is torn away, and suddenly I'm lifted, legs around his waist, carried straight into the shower. I didn't need a shower, I say. You will after I'm done with you. The water cascades over us as he sets me down, his hands braced against the wall near my shoulders. His gaze locks on mine. Maya, he says, voice low and raw. Yes? I need you. The words hit harder than I expect. He turns me to face the wall, his hands firm on my hips. The steam curls around us, and the air feels thick with something more than heat. He knows exactly how to push, to draw out every response. The moment he finally moves, it's overwhelming. His grip, his pace, the way he takes control. I give in without fighting it. His voice is rough in my ear, coaxing me, demanding me to admit what I don't want to say out loud. Tell me who you're mine, Maya. And though I try to resist, I can't. Breathless, shaking, I whisper, You. Don't you ever forget it. The rest is a blur of fire and release. I'm gone, completely undone. After, he steadies me under the spray, rinsing the water over my body like he's taking care of something precious. He brushes damp strands of hair from my face. You need rest, he murmurs. All I can do is nod. He towels me off gently, quicker with himself, then carries me to his bed. The covers fall over us as he presses a soft kiss to my shoulder. Sleep claims me almost instantly, but not before one final thought slips through my mind. I should have gone home and slept first, but there was no way I could have stayed away from him tonight.
Chapter 26. Ethan. She snores, and for some reason, I find it endearing. I slip out of bed, pull on a pair of pants, and step into the hall. That's when I freeze. Aqua is perched close to Tony, so close she's practically in his lap, and the two of them are kissing. What the hell? When did that happen? And why is she still here? I don't exactly police Tony's love life, but the sight still catches me off guard. My phone buzzes, and Aqua pulls back, lips flushed pink. Oh my gosh, sorry, she stammers, practically leaping off his chair. I was just leaving. You haven't slept yet, have you? I ask. She shakes her head. Driving with no sleep is as bad as driving drunk, I tell her. I would know. My parents died that way. Stay. Take the couch. She nods, relieved, and I head for the kitchen to grab a bottle of water before returning to my room. Maya is still curled up, fast asleep. I climb back in beside her, kiss the top of her head, then check my phone. It's Cade, sending me a time and place to meet. Odd. Normally he comes to me. Not wanting to wake Maya, I jot down a quick note, pull on a shirt and shoes, and slip out quietly. When I pass the living room, Aqua is curled on the couch, grinning at Tony like he hung the moon. He grins right back. Cade is waiting, leaning against his car, Jonah at his side. both wearing shades, both unreadable. "Ethan," Cade says flatly. "We need to talk about Maya," Jonah adds with a smile that doesn't reach his eyes. "All right," I answer. "This is a warning," Jonah says, still grinning. "A warning?" I ask, though I already have a feeling where this is headed. She's not just our cousin anymore. She's family, like a sister. That means we don't take chances when it comes to her. "Understandable," I say, keeping my tone even. Jonah tilts his head. "Is it?" "It is." I don't flinch, even though I can feel Cade's stare burning through those sunglasses. If he's trying to scare me, it isn't working. "If you betray her, or hurt her, I'll let her be the one to end you," Jonah says lightly. "Let her?" I echo. "Yes, because Maya can carve a throat open better than most men we know. She can make it quick, or she can make it slow. She's that good," Jonah smirks. "But what matters is this: she's slipping with you. She cares, more than she ever has before. So if you screw with her, you're dead." Simple. Cade's voice cuts in, low and final. "If you cross her, I'll kill you myself." I hold their stares. I don't plan on hurting her. Whatever happens between me and Maya stays between us. Jonah leans back on the car, still smiling. "Just remember, if you ever put your hands on another woman, we'll cut them off. Or better yet." He glances at Cade, who finishes the threat with a deadly calm. "I'll cut off what you'd be using." The message is clear. "Dinner tomorrow night," Jonah adds casually. "You're invited." Sailor says don't bring anything. And just like that, the conversation is over. They get into their cars and leave. I don't rattle easily. But what scares me isn't their threat. It's the thought of handing Maya my heart and watching her crush it under her heels. When I return, Maya is sitting up in bed, rubbing her eyes. "Where'd you go?" she asks as I set a bag of pastries on the nightstand. "Cade wanted a word. Left you sleeping. You were snoring." "I don't snore," she says automatically, reaching for the pastry. "What did they want?" "They may have threatened to kill me." I grin. Her eyes go wide. "I'll talk to them." "No need. They're just protecting you. I don't plan on hurting you. So it's fine." "You can't guarantee that." "If I mess up, I'll do whatever it takes to fix it. That's all I can promise." She studies me, then nods. "Dinner? You're okay with going?" "Yes. They're your family." "And Tony? Will he be all right?" "He's got the nurses. And Aqua," I add. Her brows rise. "Yeah, I noticed that when I went looking for you. Walked in on them and immediately backed out." She chuckles. "Think he can, you know." She lowers her voice. I shrug. "Guess we'll find out. But you know who can." She rolls her eyes. "I'm not falling for that line. But it's true. It only wants to be where it belongs." That's disturbing. "You know you're talking about yourself in the third person, right?" "Yep. And he wants to go home. So what do you say?" She bites into her pastry, chewing slowly, eyes dancing with amusement. "We have work." "So, no quickie?" She smirks, tosses the pastry aside, and crawls onto my lap, completely bare. "Well, who am I to deny a request from such a beautiful thing?" She teases, winking before kissing me. This woman, damn, she's everything.
Chapter 27. Maya. Nerves churn in my stomach, though I can't figure out why. Ethan threads his fingers through mine as we walk toward the door, his grip steadying me. Family dinners are nothing new. They happen often enough. But bringing him, this is different. I've never shown up with a man by my side, never made an introduction like this. They already know me, he says, like he read my thoughts. Not everyone. You still haven't met the wives. Just then, Sailor swings the door open, grinning ear to ear. She pulls me into a hug before releasing me and turning her attention to Ethan. So glad you made it. Welcome. She steps aside, waving us in. Good to see you again, Ethan replies smoothly, polite in a way that makes me smile. If only they could hear the other voice he uses when it's just the two of us. Oh, so proper. That's rare around here. Sailor winks just as Cade comes up behind her. Are you implying we're not polite? He teases, wrapping his arm around her waist. She giggles, shaking her head, and I quickly tug Ethan down the hall before they inevitably start kissing. From the dining room, Lucas's voice booms. Fresh blood for us to torment. Chanel swats his shoulder but gives us a welcoming wave from her seat. The table's already set, and there's an extra place right beside mine. Good to see you too, Lucas, Ethan answers evenly, then nods toward Jonah. Jonah? I haven't yet asked Jonah or Cade about what they said when they cornered Ethan, but I will. Can you believe Jonah and Cade already threatened your life without inviting me along? Lucas says dramatically. That's unfair. I wanted in. Side note, if you kill Maya, fine. But if you mess with me, that's war. You'd be devastated. Admit it, you adore her, Chanel cuts in. Lucas and I both snap our heads toward her. Are you insane? We say at the same time, before Lucas adds quickly. I only love you. She's irritating. Adora clears her throat and smiles at me. So, did you finish the books? I introduce Ethan before answering. Yeah, I did. Were those the spicy ones you gave her? Jonah asks. Adora elbows him, but he keeps going. What? Everyone knows you read that stuff. Ethan tilts his head, eyes glinting. Spicy books? I narrow my gaze, knowing exactly where his mind is running. Porn? Cade asks bluntly as he and Sailor come in, servers following with plates. Lucas grins like a devil. Yep, Maya's been brushing up on written porn. My head whips toward him. I have not. Lucas, Chanel warns, but he just smirks and digs into his food. I stab at my pasta and glance at Jonah. So you invited Ethan to a little meeting today without me? The table falls quiet. Jonah clears his throat. It was a man-to-man conversation. I grip my knife, ready to throw it. He knows I hate that crap. We are equals. Always. Ethan calmly slides the knife out of my hand before I can do something regrettable. I've got bigger balls than half of you put together, I mutter. Ethan chuckles and Sailor nods in agreement. She does. Don't encourage her, Cade says dryly. We needed to talk to him. You know we don't just let anyone in. Then why wasn't I included? I shoot back. Because we wanted him to know we'd kill him if he hurt you, Jonah says flatly. The table goes silent. Lucas breaks it with a lazy grin. For the record, Ethan, I wouldn't kill you. Hurt her if you want. I don't care. He waves his fork. Ethan's hand finds my thigh under the table, firm and grounding. I respect it, Ethan says, steady as ever. Though honestly, if anyone's going to kill me for crossing her, it'll be Maya herself. I'm certain she's capable. Not if she's in love with you, Lucas blurts out. The table freezes. All eyes swing my way. I'm not in love, I protest quickly. Ethan just squeezes my leg again. Right. Sure. So how many times have you two hooked up? Twice? 3 times? Fine. Call it a fling. Lucas smirks. But does he go to your place? Everyone knows you don't let people in there. Maybe I just don't want you there. I shoot back. Noted, he says with a shrug. I don't intend to hurt Maya. Ethan cuts in smoothly, cutting through the bickering. Cade leans forward. Good. And you already know the rule. What's said in this house, or around us, stays here. Understood? Ethan nods. I slide my hand over his beneath the table. Great, Cade says, finalizing it. Now, let's eat. The conversation shifts. Jonah and Adora talk about their latest travel plans. Apparently, Jonah's on a mission to drag her across every country in the world. I tune it out. What I don't tune out is Ethan. Somehow, some way, he blends in here. He jokes with Lucas, holds his own with Cade, and fits into Jonah's rhythm like he's been around forever. And I find myself wondering, could this really work?
Chapter 28. Ethan. I've been trying to convince Maya to move in with me. It's proving harder than I thought. We've been together for over a month now, and it's been good. Better than good. Most nights she's here, at least 5 out of 7. She insists it's healthy for us to have breaks, which is the only reason it's not every night. I disagree. Even on the nights she doesn't stay, she still calls me when she's in bed. Her voice soft and drowsy until she falls asleep on the line. I usually have to hang up for her, and I love knowing she struggles to drift off without me. That does something to me, settles me in a way I can't explain. Tony has been dropping hints about moving out. At first it surprised me, but with how close he and Aqua have grown, it makes sense. She's even remodeled her house to make it easier for him, without him asking. I told him to wait since law school starts in the fall, but he's determined. Aqua still works for me, and I don't see that changing. She's sharp, reliable, and understands cars better than most. I trust her. Still, on nights when I know Cade's business will overlap with mine, I send her home. No need to drag her into that world. Me? I'm tied to it. Always will be. And one day soon, I plan to marry into it. How do I know? Because I've already decided I can't live without Maya. The ring has been sitting in my nightstand drawer for 2 weeks now. Maybe it's too soon, maybe I'm rushing. But when you know, why stall? I know she's the one. It's just a matter of waiting until she's ready. I won't push and risk her running. But if she does, I'll chase. I'll find her every damn time. We went shooting last week, and when she realized I outshot her, she kicked me. Don't get me wrong, Maya's the best shot I've ever seen, but I'm still better. Ethan. Her voice breaks my thoughts as she steps into the bedroom. It's late. She's splattered with blood, but that's nothing new. She doesn't pause, just heads straight for the bathroom. I gave her a key weeks ago, and lately, she just lets herself in whenever she's ready. I missed you, she calls back as she strips, tossing her clothes in a heap on the shower floor. The water roars to life, and she steps in. I'll wash your clothes, I offer, leaning against the frame. I need to rinse them first, she replies, then glances at me. A small, tired smile curves her lips. I like that you don't ask questions. About my work, at least. I knew what I was getting into when I fell for her. I knew who her family was. So why would I try to change her? She's perfect to me, just as she is. Do you know I love you? I ask quietly. Her hands freeze mid-wash, and her chest rises sharply. For a moment, she doesn't move. Then she lowers her hands and turns to me. You do? Yes. Her gaze softens. I think I'm falling for you too, she admits, shutting off the water. And I know about the ring. That stuns me. You snooped? I ask, grabbing a towel and wrapping it around her as she steps out. No. I had a headache and was looking for something in your drawer. The box was just there. I didn't open it. So you don't actually know it's a ring. You just confirmed it, she teases, smiling as she loops her arms around my neck. I'm not ready yet. Honestly, I never thought I would be. But one day, when it's right, you can ask, and I'll say yes. You'll say yes? Yep. She leans in and kisses me. I slide a hand beneath the towel, teasing her inner thigh. She parts her legs slightly, a silent invitation. Didn't know you could be so obedient, I murmur. She smirks, pushes my hand away, then sinks gracefully to her knees. The towel slips, barely clinging, as she looks up at me. Only for you. And I believe her. She knows exactly what I like, how to undo me. And when she turns and offers herself, I don't hesitate. Being inside her feels like coming home, because that's what she is. Home. And one day soon, she'll be my wife.